everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Brianna Adays. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been coming here and you family, hey girl, hey, what's up, bruh? You've already seen by the title of what we're going to be talking about, and that's how I came to put my daughter's name together. The story time behind how I got my daughter's name in the order that I got it to name her. Anyway, we're gonna get to that. You know, it's already starting off kind of rocky, so we're gonna go ahead and go to the video. So all I'm gonna ask you is to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you can be notified when I upload another video. Okay, I already talked long enough in my mind, so let's go ahead and get into the video. I'll see y'all in a minute. Okay, bye.
I ain't tryna play no games with you. I'm just tryna show you I can do you right. It's crazy how them lanes played with you. I can show you more than I can tell you.
Cause y'all fake. How y'all didn't tell me that I ain't have my hair flipped forward? Anyway, y'all know the vibes. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to the story now. So one thing about me, when I had children, I already knew, and I always knew, that I wanted my parents' name to be tied into their names, if that makes any sense. Like, I knew that my mother's name was going to be a part of my daughter's name, have a girl, or if I was a boy, my stepfather's name was going to be in it some type of way. Even when I was pregnant the first time, if you've seen my last video, you know that my daughter that is here now is my rainbow baby. And if you don't know what that means, you know, the child that you had after losing the first one. The way that I lost my first one, I had a miscarriage. That's another story for another day. But and even going all the way back to, you know, that child, because I wasn't far enough to know if it was a girl or a boy. So I knew that I wanted my dad's name to be a part of it, you know, my mom's name to be a part of it. Anyway, so for the people who know me, you know me personally, my family, they know that my mom's name is Teresa, aka Terry. So it depends on the day which one you get. So yeah, at the end of the day, I knew that I wanted Teresa to either be her first name or her middle name. And like the last video, my daughter's name is Teresa Amia Sakaya, right? So I'm gonna go with how that happened. So I knew I was gonna name my daughter, like I said, I knew that Teresa was going to be a part of her name. I just didn't know what part. And then as going throughout my pregnancy, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna name my daughter after my mom. And to be honest, I'll give him that. I think that idea came from my child's father, because I think he wanted to name her, if I remember correctly, I think he wanted to name her after his grandma or something like that. And eventually we ended up getting to, like, you know, agreeing on naming her after my mom. And so the reason that I wanted to do that and wanted to put it as her first name, because I remember that my mom told me that her and her brother had like this pact, and he passed away years ago. But they had a pact that she was going to be his daughter's first name.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
He was going to name his daughter after her. There you go. And, you know, that didn't happen. And, you know, he passed away and stuff like that. So my cousin ended up having my mom's name as her middle name. So saying all of that, it was like I wanted to give that to her. I mean, it wasn't like a huge deal, but I noticed that my mom has mentioned it more than once. So since she mentioned it more than once, I was like, you know what? Let me give her this, because I wanted my daughter to be named after somebody who I looked up to or who inspired me. Because to be honest, my mama told me the story that's where I got my name from. It was somebody I think she was working with, or somebody she went to church with, and they had a good attitude. They were real positive and just fun to be around. And that's me, you know, fun to be around.
Please don't play with me right now. Just, no, that's it, please.
So when my mama found out that even though I didn't get pregnant I want to say the traditional way. I don't want to say old fashioned or whatever. I'll just say the traditional way, where, you know, you're supposed to wait until you get married and then have kids. And so no, you know, I ended up pregnant, of course, and I told my mom, and I'm telling you, like, since day one, since the moment I told my mom that I was going to have a baby, she was on board. It was like, what do you need? How can I help? Even though, like, you know, I thought she was going to be mad, but she was just like, I mean, you know, you already did it. The baby is already there. And when I was in the emergency room, when I told her, and the reason that I told her, I was going to hide it. Sorry, Mom. I'm telling you the truth. I was going to hide it. I was going to hide it as long as I could. But since I already had a miscarriage, you know, in the past, I was scared. And I'm like, you know, like my child's father was there, but I was like, nah, I need my mama. Like, you know, and since day one, she was on board. So I'm like, you know, I'm going to name my daughter after her. Now, Amia, the way Amia came about was, we got us a little special guest. But the way that I got to finish what I was saying, the way we got Amia, there's not really a story time to that. I think I just went online and looked up, like, you know, different middle names or whatever. So I came across Amia, and it was like Teresa Amia. It kind of flowed together in my book. So I was like, Teresa Amia, you got a little vibe to it, got a little stank to it. Okay, I like it. So to be honest, Sakaya didn't come until I believe like a couple of weeks before I had her, a week or two before I had her. So, no, I kid you not. So my little cousin had got a new cat, right? It was a kitten. And I was like, okay, I'm thinking it's gonna be Little Miss Whiskers or something. So I was like, well, what is her name? And, you know, of course, it's a female cat. And I was like, so what's her name? And she was like, Sakaya. And I was like, yo, I like that. So I was like, well, how do you spell it? Is there a certain type of way that you spell it, or is it spelled the way that it sounds? And she told me the spelling of it, and I was like, yo, that's kind of dope. I like that. So then it became the battle if it's going to be Teresa Sakaya Amia or Teresa Amia Sakaya. And I was battling that for like I said, for the last part of like my pregnancy. So I was like, you know what? I like Teresa Amia is what we've been calling her like 90 to 98% of my pregnancy. So I was like, you know, at the end of the day, since she already knows, or she's used to hearing from my womb, Teresa Amia, we're going to keep Teresa Amia and just throw Sakaya in the back. Because I had to have Sakaya. In my mind, I had to have Sakaya. So, I mean, yes, so what? I gave my daughter a name after a cat. But what in the world is a cat doing with a name that fire anyway? You should have called her Little Miss Whiskers. But anyway, like, it's not really a drawn out, like, you know, I think naming her Teresa had more of a backstory than any of the other ones. Because like I said, you know, Amia was looked up online and Sakai was after a cat. So, yeah. Thank y'all for coming to watch my channel and watch my video. She doesn't like a lot of people talking over her. So thank you for coming to watch my channel, watch my video. Please like my video, subscribe to my channel, turn on your post notifications, and I will see y'all in my next video. We come in peace, love, and harmony. Y'all be blessed. All right, bye.